The specs on this robot sound actually believable for once, but do the real-world results back them up? Here's the new Ecovacs flagship called X12. Is it good enough? Let's inspect. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Michael and welcome to this robot vacuum review. And before I walk you through every test, every spec and every detail, let me give you the two things that matter most to me after some time of daily use. The best feature, the power boost charging during the mop cleaning and water refill. When the robot pauses to wash the mop, it simultaneously charges the battery by a few percent, super fast, almost guaranteeing there is zero cleaning downtime due to dead battery or something similar. Small thing on paper, but in practice could be very powerful idea. One thing worth knowing if you have a multi-floor home, and that's on the annoying side, the first cleaning and mapping process needs to start from the station in order to ensure stable map creation. With multi-floor maps enabled, additional floors can be cleaned normally without needing to start from the station. So while the initial setup is designed around the station, day-to-day multi-floor use becomes much more straightforward after the maps have been created. And now, with that being said, let me show you the full story. The entire X line from Ecovacs is built around one promise: exceptional wet mopping. The X12 brings the new Focus Jet Stain pre-dissolving technology, which makes the most sense in places like the kitchen, where you usually get grease, coffee, sauce and sticky semi-dried stains. Focus Jet sprays first in order to help loosen the stain before the roller reaches it, so the mop is not just wiping over the mess, it works. I see it as a thoughtful addition that improves the mopping experience, and I wouldn't be surprised if this approach becomes more common across the industry in the future. What's more impressive is the Osmo Roller 3.0. Uses a 27cm roller mop, giving it wider floor coverage than a small pad-style mop, while continuously scrubbing the floor. And it doesn't just cover more ground, it actually performs better too. It gets watered evenly across its full width, applies consistent pressure, and extends out to reach under furniture and tight cabinet edges. That extension feature is something I personally found extremely useful with my kitchen cabinet setup, and it's the single hardware detail I was most impressed by. Having tested almost every major brand in this segment, the X12 is right at the top in terms of mop reach, and it's noticeably better than competitors when it comes to keeping the mop clean and fresh over longer cleaning sessions. The self-cleaning mechanism works even when the robot is far from the base, and when it does return, the mop gets washed with hot water. After weeks of use, I haven't seen any signs of degradation, no smell, no buildup. For wooden floors specifically, I'd rather keep the water flow around levels 7 or 8. These values are enough to clean efficiently without leaving any moisture marks. That said, if you're dealing with something that has been baked onto the floor for days, this isn't a magic eraser. Excessive heavy-duty dirt still needs your hands, but light stains, such as dried yogurt, coffee spills, everyday messes, the X12 handles these consistently well. For dry vacuuming testing, I run the same kind of tests every time. Here's the first one: 60 grams of rice, a single cleaning cycle with default settings, and then I look what's collected. The X12 passed with confidence. The suction is strong, the door lock on the dustbin is secure, the bin volume, although not generous, is sort of fine, and the results match most similarly priced devices. Keep in mind that the test was on default settings. There are 2 higher suction grades available, plus options to cover the same area twice or even 3 times. You won't need that power for everyday cleaning, but it is a useful reserve when you do. Before talking about the technical highlights, let's talk about the design and the build quality. The box is heavy, remember that before you try to carry it alone. Inside, the setup process is straightforward. There's a quick start guide, you unpack everything, place the main station, attach the add-on, and get the robot into charging position. Every component is well protected. Ecovacs even placed a paper layer between the top cover and the surface below it. Thoughtful. The dustbin has a HEPA filter, of course, and a solid locking hinge. Whatever goes in, stays in. The wheels are large, there's a single side brush, and the main brush uses an anti-tangle design. After weeks of use at home, no pet hair here, so I can't fully stress test that, but not a single tangle so far. The station is even more interesting. The design is an evolution from the previous generation, and the updated plastic texture collects fewer fingerprints and just feels more premium. The standout detail for me is the Cyclone dustbin in the middle. Instead of a disposable paper bag, this one uses a mechanical bin to collect everything sucked out of the robot after each and every session. There are two separate water components, one for clean water, one for dirty. The station also has a hidden compartment with two solution containers, one for regular floor detergent and one for heavier duty cleaning solution. After washing the roller, the station also uses hot air drying, which helps reduce moisture and odor buildup between cleaning sessions. One thing I really appreciate about the X12 is that Ecovacs seems to have stopped chasing ridiculous headline numbers just for marketing purposes. The 22,000 Pascal suction figure is real, and it's remarkable. It's actually comparable to entry-level conventional vacuums. The battery is 4,000 mAh, not the largest in the class, but paired with a GaN fast charging technology, and that's the same approach which is used by flagship smartphone chargers, it compensates well. Navigation uses DTOF, which is reliable and accurate, and here's how it looks through the eyes of a special infrared camera, simply because human eyes are unable to see these beams. Also, there's a 0.25-liter in-robot dustbin, an advanced 3D edge sensor, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and all the flagship-grade station features you would expect in 2026. The app is called Ecovacs. Straightforward. The software side continues to improve, functions are easy to find, controls are intuitive, and most significant milestone here is the Matter protocol support. The X12 is compatible with the Matter smart home standard, meaning that you can add it directly to Apple Home or Google Home, or in my case, Home Assistant. That's a meaningful step for a robot vacuum. With the right dashboard card in Home Assistant, controlling this robot feels rather seamless. On the AI side, because yes, it's present here, with default settings, the obstacle avoidance is solid, recognizes most objects, it won't fall downstairs, avoids shocks reliably, and it's been trained to skip biological messes from pets. In low light, that pet waste avoidance isn't perfect, so if you have animals and a dark room, be aware. Through the app, you also get full zone control, multi-floor maps, camera access, and the suction power and water flow controls we discussed a bit earlier. But let me focus on the navigation for a moment. To really stress it, I built an improvised maze and sent the X12 through it. Handled it well. What I noticed, compared to other robots, is that it is less aggressive, doesn't push objects out of the way to get past them, finds an alternative path. For most homes, that's exactly the behavior you want. The navigation system considers multiple factors such as map coverage, obstacles, room sequence, and cleaning completeness. Because of this, the route may sometimes not appear to be the shortest path from a human perspective. For mixed floors, when the X12 detects carpets or rugs, the roller mop can lift up to 15 mm to help keep them dry while it continues cleaning. And it seems to have a cover. Concerning the battery, Ecovacs made a deliberate choice here. Smaller battery than what you'd expect of this class of robot, trading raw capacity for lighter weight and smaller footprint. They compensate with a power boost fast charging, which gives up to 13% added to the battery within 3 minutes when the station uses to wash the mop. That means every cleaning pause becomes a small top-up, and the result is that in weeks of use, I never once saw these robots run out of power mid-session on the floor where the station is located. The GaN charging technology makes this possible. It is fast, efficient, and it generates minimal heat. And here are a few other things that need to be said plainly in terms of drawbacks. The mapping algorithm still has room to improve, especially given this is a new platform. I have high expectations from future firmware updates, and I'll be watching closely. Third, cleaning cycles are generally a bit slower than what top competitors offer. And last but not least, the in-robot dustbin is small at 0.25 liters, which means more frequent emptying if you're cleaning large areas without the station's auto-empty function. My final conclusion is that Ecovacs is clearly on a strong trajectory. The hardware on the X12 is excellent, arguably the most elegant bagless robot vacuum on the market right now. The wet mopping performance is class-leading, the power boost charging is genuinely clever engineering, and the Matter integration shows that they are thinking seriously about where smart home is going. The software still has gaps, and I can't yet speak about long-term reliability, but based on what I've seen, they are ready to go head-to-head with the market leaders. The Focus Jet on the front, this sprayer, is a very fresh idea which helps sometimes a lot, but doesn't do miracles, and the starting from station constraint I mentioned at the start during the first time setup is a bit frustrating, should not exist, hopefully corrected already as we speak. And at full retail price, this robot feels expensive in the way that most high-end tech feels expensive now in 2026. So here's my honest buy recommendation. If you find it at a significant discount, check the video description for more information and discount code. The way it was priced, for example, during the time I was recording this video, buy it without hesitation. It's easily the best option under $1,000. If it's at its full price, then think carefully about whether the wet mopping performance and the design are worth it to you specifically. Well, for most people who want a premium daily driver that handles mopping as well as vacuuming, I think it is. Thank you for watching this review. If you want me to run a specific test or you have a question, drop it in the comments below. I'm happy to dig deeper. Take good care. I'm the TechMishka. Gonna see you in the next one.